Hi, I am doing a video on the Repta-Boost, how to mix it up and dose it for an adult bearded dragon. I just want to say that I am not a vet and I am not an expert. I just wanted to share what I found after doing a little bit of research for anybody else who might be wondering how to dose and mix this up. This is what works for me and this is what I found. I do suggest if you're not sure or you have any further questions, of course, either call the company or consult with your vet. And over here is Oscar. He was a rescue. He's sometimes doesn't like to eat or drink, and I noticed he was getting very lethargic. He's actually a lot more alert today. He had his first half dose of the Repta-Boost yesterday, and I can see him already looking more alert, so I'm happy to see that. So again, I was trying to figure out, because the directions here, and I suggest that when you get this, that you read the directions front and back. Once I got to the dosing and all that, it got a little confusing. I asked a couple friends. They weren't quite sure. I tried to look on YouTube. I did some web searches. I just couldn't really find a straightforward answer. I even put a post up on Facebook on a bearded dragon form. I was hoping that somebody would be able to give me a hand and make sure I was mixing it up and dosing it right. I got no responses, not even one. So what I did was reach out to the company on Facebook Messenger because I was at work. It was easier for me to send them a quick message. And I just double checked what I thought per the instructions was correct, and they told me that that was the correct dose. So I'm going to share with you what they told me. And again, if you're not sure, if you have questions, don't just use this video. Please give the company a call. They're very helpful. Or send them a message like I did. And of course, consult with your vet. Okay? So I just felt like he needed a little pick-me-up, a little help with some getting some nutrition and some hydration. So I bought the Repta-Boost. I saw it had very good reviews. This is for an adult bearded dragon. And of healthy weight. So again, if you have a baby bearded dragon, you have a different kind of lizard, you have an adult bearded dragon, but he's not of good weight, that kind of stuff, this is not going to be the correct dosage for you. This is for an adult bearded dragon of healthy weight. As a matter of fact, I actually weighed Oscar. He weighs 510 grams. The dosage for an adult bearded dragon, they have 250 to 500. So he's actually a little over. But if you go down here, then it then tells you per weight. So 350, 450, 500. I'm going to dose him at 500, even though he's a little bit more. And you follow that over to see what he should get exactly. So again, you know, if you, and it isn't just for bearded dragons, actually. You can treat a few different kinds of lizards. You know, just do your research first. Make sure this is something that you can use for the type of lizard you have. And again, I would suggest weighing your lizard to make sure that you get the right dose for them. So double check, again, your weight and the type of lizard that you have. This may not be the correct dosage for you if you have a baby bearded dragon or an underweight dragon or a different type of lizard. This is just solely for the purpose of dosing an adult bearded dragon of healthy weight. So the first thing that you'll notice is, again, okay, here's all the lists of the different, they even have snakes on here and all kinds of different lizards around what they usually weigh. So then you come on down here, and I know that Oscar weighs 510 grams. I'm going to dose him for 500 just to be safe. I know he's a little over, so this should be fine for him. So he weighs 500 grams. Now they have it broken down to, if you want to give him 50% of the dose, 100% of the dose or 2 times the dose. And those are done for different reasons. Read the instructions for what's best for you. For Oscar, he's just going to get a normal 100% dose. So I know that he's going to get 8.6 cc's, which is also the same as milliliters. So 8.6 cc's is 8.6 milliliters. That's what he's going to be given. But to mix it up, we have to go here. Mixing instructions, 15 spoonfuls per 6 cc's of water. And this is where I wanted the clarification, because 15 spoonfuls seemed like an awful lot to me. And when I mixed it up, it was kind of thick. And I wasn't sure if I, put too much in there, and I didn't want to overdose him. So that's why I contacted the company, and they said, yes, use the small little dosing spoon that's included with the package. You're going to put 15 scoops of the powder into 6 cc's of water, which they also give you the this little container here too. So I have 6 cc's of water in here. Okay, I'm going to take the powder and I'm going to put 15 of these little spoonfuls into the water. Hey, Oscar. Okay, I paused the video there because it took me a while to do 15 scoops. Here's the last scoop. It's not a packed scoop. It's just a level scoop. Okay, here is number 15. So 15 scoops. Again, I didn't want to overdose him or make, put too much in there. I was afraid that I didn't have the instructions right, but they said yes, it is 15 scoops. So now I have the 6 cc's of water. I've put 15 of the little scoops of the powder in there, and I'm going to mix it up. Okay, I finished mixing it, and as you can see, it's a very kind of thick baby food kind of texture. That's why I wanted to contact the company or talk to somebody who knew how to do this or has done it before, because it seemed kind of thick to me, and I didn't know if it was supposed to be that thick. And then I thought, well, what if I put too much powder in there and I overdose them, because I certainly didn't want to do that. But yes, I was told this is the normal consistency that that I had mixed it up correctly. So again, the 15 scoops, 6 cc's of water, and you'll kind of get this thick kind of baby food, gritty kind of texture to it. It did seem a little overly dry to me this time around, so I did add a little bit more water. I figured the water can't hurt. I'm not worried about that. So if you wanted a little thinner consistency, I don't think it would hurt to add a little bit of water. You don't want to overhydrate either, so I would think you should be careful with that as well. But it should look something like this. And again, if you're still unsure, call the company, contact your vet. It had a lot of good reviews, and I know Oscar's already perking up. So yesterday I only did about 50% dose. Today I'll do a little bit more. I just kind of want to work him up to a full dose. So anyway, we'll go back to the instructions. So we did the 15 spoonfuls of the powder to 6 cc's of water. I know that he weighs around 500 grams. If I wanted to give him 50% of the dose like I did yesterday, I'd go to 4.3 cc's. I'll probably do that today, but a regular full dose would actually be 8.6 cc's. So if you look at the syringe that they give you, it's for 3 mLs. Again, mLs are the same as cc's. So 3 cc's equals 3 mLs. I would actually fill this all the way up to 3, and then I would give him another ml. I'd fill it up to the 1 there to make 4. So I'm going to fill up the syringe. Okay, so I filled this syringe up. As you can see, it's up to 3 mLs. I'm not going to be able to do a video on how I actually gave him this mixture through the syringe. But I did find a video online that I used on YouTube, which taught a good way to syringe feed a dragon. So if you look that up on YouTube, there's plenty of videos, some really good ones on how to get that done. So I will be giving him 3 mLs, and then I'll go back around and give him 1 ml for a total of 4. There's plenty of the mixture when I'm ready to give him the full 8 left here. So I'll be able to get him up there at some point. But I have to say, I'm going to give it a good review because he's looking very alert today. Oscar has been kind of very lethargic and not really wanting to move or look around or do anything other than hide and sleep. And today I can see him already perking up and looking quite lively. So I'm very happy with it so far. I think he feels better. And as far as actually getting him to take it out of the syringe, it wasn't that hard. And he seemed to like it. I mean, once I got it going into his mouth, he was just eating it up and drinking it right down. So, and I'm already seeing a good improvement. So again, I'm not an expert, guys. I am just somebody who was a little confused by these instructions. I couldn't get any answers. Got in touch with the company, and they clarified everything for me. So I wanted to share what I found, just in case anybody else is having the same trouble. I might be able to help you and save you some time. So that's how I do it. Hey, Oscar. Right? Are you ready? Yeah. So that's how I do it. Any other questions that you have, or if you're not sure after watching this video, you should call the company or your vet. All right. Well, best of luck, everybody. Have a good day.